Hi, this is Ryan Cardula, and I'm your instructor for AEP 858 this term. I'm excited to get to work with you all during this class, and I wanted to take a little bit of time and make a video to kind of give you an orientation and some best practices for accessing the materials in this class. The first thing I always do is I recommend that students start with the Fort Hays State University website. So start here. Anytime you access the course materials, please access it through the website. That way, your authentication is appropriate and it's working. So what I do is I go to students, then I'm gonna go to Blackboard. Everything you do really should be based off of your Blackboard access. So log into Blackboard. Now my Blackboard will look a little bit different than yours, but I think you'll get the idea as we work through this. So I'm gonna go to my courses, and you'll see a list of my courses here. And I'm going to choose our course, and it's right here. So I'm going to get into our course, and I'm going to show you a few things that will hopefully help you. Okay, the first thing is announcements. We don't use Blackboard a lot. We use it for announcements sometimes. We use it for grades, and this is where you'll see your grades. I'll input your assignments in here so you can see how well you scored. We'll use it to access the course website, the Google community. There's also some information about Meet Your Instructor. So if you click on Meet Your Instructor, it'll actually launch you out to another little link here where you can learn some things about me. So here I am, and here's some information about me and some things that I like to do. So you can read all that if you want to. You can also get access to the course syllabus, which is right here. You can read through that if you want to, and it gives you the grades and how grades are determined. It gives you the standards and all the assignments. So it may be good that you take a little time to read through this. And if you scroll down a ways, you'll see the assignments. It's going a little slow. Here they come. Now, one thing I want to point out about the assignments is these are the assignments. And notice when you look at the assignments, there's a VA and a VB. VA is this first term, and VB is the next 8 weeks. So if you're in the VA section, you're going to look at the top dates. If you're in the VB section, you'll look at the bottom dates. A few other things are our course calendar. If you want to know when our assignments are due, you can click on that, and you can see our assignments. So you can see our first assignment is due on Sunday. It's the Module 1 introduction video. This is something you can actually, then you click right over here. You can't really see because I'm in the way, but if you click on Add Google plus Google Calendar, you can actually add it to your calendar. Now, a few things, and you'll see this in the morning or later on tonight. I'll turn on the course website and the Google Plus community, but you'll need to go to the course website. This is where all the materials are located and all the stuff for class. So when you log into here, you'll be presented with a little welcome page, and it talks about the course itself and the rationale and gives you some research behind it. If you click over here under course orientation, you'll see the welcome video, and I'll post this video actually on here. Right now, if you would click there, you would see an old video, but I'll get that straightened out here in a little bit. You'll see the information about me again. Here I am. A little bit different picture, but basically the same information. And then you'll see our syllabus. Right here, same one you just looked at. The next thing that you will be presented with will be the learning activities. So learning activities are your modules. That's what you're going to do. So if you click on the word modules, it'll actually expand out, and this course has 17 modules. This first page gives you some information about the modules and talks a little bit about the integration pieces. So make sure you look at this table right here and read through this, because this is kind of how we're going to do the standards. If you've taken these classes before, we've allowed you to choose your own standards. Now we tell you which standards to apply, and this is kind of what you're going to do with it. I know it's new for some of you. If you took an intercession class, you may have seen it at that point. But if you go through these modules, and here's Module 1, you can click on Module 1, and it pops you up a little Google Doc. right here, it'll pop up, but it talks about the video. And if you want to make it bigger, you can click on this little arrow right here, and it pops you out to a new tab. So you can actually print this if you want to. And notice how I talked about the standard integration. Right here is where it talks about the standard integration. That's what you're going to do. And this one actually refers to section 1.2. So make sure you do this correctly. And when you do this, make sure you're doing more than one or two sentences. You really need to dig deep into this and really come up with a good answer about how they correlate, how they and how they're relevant. So take some time with this because this is really important. So that's the modules. Underneath the modules, if you scroll down a little more, you'll see a rubric. If I get down there it is. So this is a rubric that I'll use to score your assignments. And most of our assignments are worth 50 points. Some of them are worth a little more, like a case study is worth a lot more. But you'll see here that this is kind of what I'll use to grade your assignments. So kind of the things you need to make sure you include in your post. And it's all the same. So if you go here, module 2, you'll see about the same thing. You'll see the lesson at the top, or the module at the top. If you scroll down, you'll see the rubric at the bottom. And that's kind of the way it works for all of our different modules. You can access Google Plus Community from here if you want to. Resources and policies, that is just has some class policies like social media, 4-day stay policies, things like that. The big thing is you'll need to access the learning communities. And you can also access the calendar here as well. I didn't point that out, but you actually have access the calendar. So the next thing you need to do is you'll need to click on Google Plus Community. So if you click on Google Plus Community, it should take you right into our community. This is where we're going to post our assignments, and I'll post this video within the Module 1 Introduction video area later on tonight. So you'll see it there. But you'll post your modules in each one of these sections. And some of our modules, like the particular discussion boards, they require some posting and reviewing of others and doing some things with those posts. So make sure you do that, and you'll just post within these assignments as comments. And through this, you can get back, if you want, you can get back to the course shell or the course website and the calendar here. So again, this is Ryan, and I'm excited to get to work with you this semester. If you have questions, please make sure that you reach out to me. Thanks a lot. Hope you have a good time, and I hope you enjoy the class.